Hi everyone. So you'll see I've got a friend with me again. I like to have a friend with me at every AGM. So I'm Jane and this is Nick, and we're going to talk to you just about a very small part of our carers service. You've already heard some of the statistics of the amount of carers that we've worked with in Kent. But actually, who knew? There's 158,512 people in Kent who have identified themselves in the census as caring for a family member or friend. So this is huge. It affects all of us, not just people that use our services. 1 in 7 people are caring for someone and trying to juggle work alongside that, and we have quite a lot of staff involved who are in that position. And then in the UK, between 2010 and 2020, there was a slight change in people who were caring. And what happened was the largest group to become unpaid carers, we call them, was those between the ages of 46 to 65. So this is affecting a huge amount of people who are at work. And what we realised, we'd worked with carers that are involved since 1993, was that things were changing and that we needed to change with carers, and we needed to adjust our services and adjust our offer to make sure that we were listening to actually what was needed. You'll see that we actually worked with 5,934 carers, that's just in West Kent, and with a whole variety of things that they would have accessed, from short breaks, personalised with choice and control and brokered to our providers, to an emotional support on the phone. Or perhaps they attended a group and met with other carers. So a really large variety of work. Also, you'll note at the health of those carers that we've worked with. So 78% of them actually had a long-term health condition or a disability themselves. So a lot of the people that we're supporting who are caring for someone are actually not that well themselves. So what have we done? What we did was we started to try and co-produce far more after the pandemic. And what does that mean, really? It meant that we listened to carers, that we listened to actually what they wanted, and that the things we might have done before the pandemic maybe weren't so relevant now. People's lives had changed. People had become more isolated. Their caring role had changed. They were juggling work alongside caring. So what we did was we promoted the wonderful Nick into a new role that we developed, which was training and engagement coordinator. We also looked at our offer to young people that were accessing the carers service. So those young adult carers between the ages of 16 to 24, often who are living in poverty, often who are not accessing education or employment because of the situation they're in. And we recruited a younger member of staff called Chelsea, who unfortunately can't be here today. And the reason we did that was we listened to those young adult carers and actually who they wanted to engage with. And we've worked with them throughout the past year to develop lots of different things. So what happened was Nick started to build engagement forums. We really opened up things again into the community. We invited carers to come and talk to us. And from that, we've developed a whole different suite of activities that have been planned and produced with carers. So I'm going to hand over to Nick, and she's going to talk to you a bit more about what that actually looks like. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. So the community navigators that involve, they're daily working with carers firsthand. They hear the difficulties that they face, what would be helpful to them. We're also constantly asking for specific feedback about what things, what skills and information would be most useful to carers. And that information has shaped all of the things that we have been setting up. The carers course then, which we've called Caring and Me, is pretty much the key part of what we offer. 6 weeks where we cover key topics and where carers themselves, and this is really important, get to share their own knowledge, their own tips and hints, and just advise each other and empower each other. And critically, the groups get to know each other really well. And a lot of people who have participated in the course have gone on to form their own support groups. They message each other, meet up with each other, and are there for each other. Now, carers also have often expressed a concern around, are they doing the right thing in their day-to-day care of the person that they're looking after? And because of that, we've organised workshops around moving and handling and around first aid. And those empower carers and the participants to confidently assist the cared for whilst looking after their own physical well-being. A big part of the Caring and Me course is around carers looking after their own mental well-being. Of itself, actually, the course provides a space where people can just be honest and share about their lives. But building on that, we provide small groups where people can come and meet together, whether that's over a cuppa and a biscuit, or whether that's joining one of our walking groups or our online group. So they can just share with each other and provide support. We've also recently added anticipatory grief and adapt and recover courses where carers can explore the emotional impact of becoming a carer and build their own resistance. Highlights of the year include our forums, which we hold quarterly, where carers have a place where they can ask questions, express their own worries or concerns, and hear from speakers. And again, we invite speakers based on what carers, the information that the carers have said they want to find out about. One of the hardest things for people who find themselves in a caring role is the isolation that develops. And so every single one of the groups and workshops that you can see on the screen behind me is developed in a way that it allows plenty of time to build connections and to start networks where carers are able to then go on and offer continuing support. So I think with practical workshops, with guidance and advice around and from other services, opportunities to build relationships with other carers, and space to use their own knowledge and skills to support and empower each other, we are definitely helping our carers to live healthier, happier lives. In fact, just yesterday, I opened an email from a carer who wrote, "Thanks again for your lovely, kind support. I'm not sure I would still be here if it were not for people like Involve and the support that you give." So it's a good foundation, and I'm looking forward to building on that and working and continuing to work with carers to develop more workshops, more opportunities. And one of the things that we have added to what we do is we've ensured that there are online opportunities and some of the things happen of an evening, again, taking account of those carers who are working. Because it is a great privilege to look after another human being and to help them, but it can come at a huge cost. And it can be very difficult and painful and lonely. And this is beautifully expressed in a poem that I would like to share with you. During Carers Week in June, we invited people to express what it means to be an unpaid carer. And this is the winning entry, called "I'm Here." I'm here. Don't worry. I'm here. Don't worry. I'm tired, but I'm here. I'm exhausted, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm not ready, but you are. I'm not showered, but you are. I've not eaten, but you have. I've not slept, but I hope you have. I've not finished the dishes, the washing, or the rest. I never finish anything. I'm here. Don't worry. I'm here. Don't worry. I worry. What if I'm not here? I fret. Am I doing enough for you? I forget who I am. I forget who I was. I forget. I hear you. I'm here. Don't worry.
Life was getting really tough and I was becoming more and more isolated. I'm caring for my husband who has heart failure and COPD and is in and out of hospital regularly. At the same time, I'm supporting my adult son who has additional needs and needs my support to care for his son. I'm living with arthritis and diabetes, and I found I was really struggling with managing everything and wanting to know what support was available to me as a carer. My GP referred me for counselling for my anxiety and depression and put me in touch with Involve. Involve got in touch with me really quickly and immediately sent out a carer's emergency card and identified that transport was an issue for me as I don't drive. They supported me with information on volunteer transport groups. I was offered a carer's assessment and given information about the Caring and Me course, which was starting early in the new year. The carer's assessment gave me an opportunity to discuss my caring role and begin to put plans in place. I realised I needed support and an outlet for me to share my experiences and share strategies. This is what the Caring and Me course provided. I was able to share my own experiences, to support other people and learn from them at the same time. I really enjoyed meeting people who have similar problems. The information given was so helpful, and being able to talk things through in an open and honest way was beneficial to all of us. I would certainly recommend this course to other carers. At the Caring and Me course, I also met someone who is in a similar caring role to myself. We have kept in contact and have met for coffee. This additional support and friendship have meant a lot to me. Because of the encouragement from Involve, I am now asking family and friends more about doing things together so that my husband and I can get out. Also asking for help with someone to stay with my husband so that I can get out for a break. This has been so beneficial and helps me to cope with my different caring roles. I feel confident enough that I can reach out to Involve if there are any changes that I need support with, and I am more confident at asking for help and support from others. I know I'm not alone, and I do not have to do this by myself.
My life felt a bit of a mess before I met Chelsea from Involve. I was struggling to manage with day-to-day life due to caring for my mum and younger brother, alongside completing my studies at college and maintaining my own mental health. I initially came across Involve at a pop-up store event at Hadlow College. During this period, I was feeling very worried about my mum and needed someone to talk to. I met up with the community navigator once a month at the college, and I found these meetings to be immensely helpful as I was able to talk about my thoughts, feelings and worries openly without being judged. I have been in and out of work since I completed my studies at college due to my mental health and well-being and the pressures of my caring role. There is a notable pattern of me pushing myself into work and then my well-being going downhill and no longer being able to work. Involve referred me to Sure Trust for support with my search for employment. I completed my carers assessment and support plan in March 2024 with Chelsea, as I recognised the benefit of this. It provided me with an opportunity to talk to someone about my caring role and the impact it has on me in different areas of my life and ensure I was receiving the right level of support. During the assessment, I shared with Chelsea the difficulty I was experiencing applying for benefits. I was feeling embarrassed about applying for benefits as I believe there is a stigma attached to this, of being lazy and unwilling to work. Chelsea has since supported me to complete an application to Universal Credit as an avenue of maximising my income while I improve my mental health and well-being, so I'm able to return to work. I would like to move out and live independently. Chelsea has supported me to complete an application for the housing register. I have been in regular contact with Chelsea and signposted to mental health and wellbeing support. I am invited to young adult carer groups and activities. I hope now I am receiving the right level of support to better manage my caring role. I am now able to attend these more frequently. The support I have received from Involve Kent has been brilliant. I can manage my life a lot better, and at times I experience challenge. I know I can contact Involve for support.